In this video, what I have here for you guys is the P&H Virgo. I'm gonna do I pulled over here. I'm off the banks of Lake Superior here in Michigan. You know, they are building my new house over there, so if you guys, maybe I can have some parties and welcome all of you guys. I'm just joking, obviously. These do come out of the UK. You know, it is a UK brand, manufactured in the UK. Check that out. For all my whitewater subscribers, you'll notice things like this. This is some hardware that's on Piranha boats. Check these things out. You can see they do share a lot of stuff. Let me go ahead and get started on the walkthrough. I'm going to start back here at the stern and just kind of work my way forward. So yeah, stick around. They do a pass-through. So this rope is through a pass-through. There's no hardware back here. So that tells me in the roller molding process, they have a pin that they must pull out right here, because that is a complete, that's not drilled. That is a pass-through. And check out these cool handles. Look at these. They're on this bungee right here. So if you want, you keep your handle on this bungee and it keeps them nice tucked away. What a genius way of doing it. Very simple and genius way of keeping that handle. But if you don't want it, you can let your handle hang down like that. And they have these nice little rubberized grips. Very comfortable handle for pulling this boat. I'm grabbing it. They have these little star cleats right here. So you got your guidelines, your deck rigging. You can adjust this, and you know what? If you want, you could take this whole thing off. You see those little... In here, this is a part of a molded in. It looks like this is... You know what I think that is? I bet you they're cutting the cockpit out of that, because it's molded with this in there. So it comes with this drop skeg right here, but it also comes with something called a scudder. If you guys can get an optional scudder for this thing, I'll show you the slide skeg here in a minute and show you how that works. More deck rigging here, more deck rigging here. Big, huge hatch in the back. And if you look, this material, this is actually made with something called, I think they're calling it Corelite. And if I'm not mistaken, what that does, that gives it very stiffness, but I think it gives it a little more flotation. Very cool that they do that. Big hatch area down in there. Look at that. So you do have a bulkhead up in there. This doesn't have the day hatch here, but one thing it does, it has this molded bar there, so you can't go back too far in there, but you got a lot of good space right here and up in there. Security bar, so you can lock it down. Nice security bar. More deck rigging up here. P&H logo in the back, and you can, there's a texturing all around, so they do texture that. That's a place for putting your paddle to get in and out of the boat right there. I'm going to come back to the outfitting because it does have some cool outfitting features that I want to go over with you guys. There is a little day hatch, so check this out. Little day hatch that I keep some random stuff in right here. Very accessible. I like that a lot, because when I'm sitting in the kayak, I can just reach up. I can keep snacks in there, my cell phone, radio, anything I need up in there. The skeg's in a nice place. It's out of the way. It's not on the side where your hands are. This area is very nice and clean, so that skeg is moved up on the top of the deck, and they've got this slide right here. I think that's plastic, so that's a slide with, it looks like some sort of specter line. Yeah, you pull that and move that, and that drops the skeg. Very innovative, very cool system. I like this system right here. I like that. Wilda used to have something like that, but they put it down here. It always got broken. I don't like them here because you can hit it on things and you can break it a lot. Right here, you can put it right up in there and it's out of the way. I like that a lot. More deck rigging here for random stuff. You've got a paddle park right here. Front bow hatch, front bow hatch. I like how they did this little adjustment right here. Look at that little slide adjustment. I don't know if you can see that. The bulkhead's really nice and sealed all the way around. Mounting for a compass. I don't know what this mounting's for. Maybe it's something. You guys leave in the comments if you know what these two inserts are there for. I know a compass goes right here. Maybe it's something to do with a compass up here too. Check these little things out. These are molded in for your paddle. So the back of your paddle, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I'll show you how the paddle locks up in those things. Same deal, same way on the bow and stern's the same way. It's got the handle that can go hang down like that. All right, moving on to the outfitting. So this seat is adjustable forward and back. You remove these screws here, slide it forward and back exactly like the Piranha seat. It's a rotomolded seat pan. You can see, you reach through this hole right here, and there's a bracket in there where you can move it around, and the seat has a series of slots on it. So this is an adjustable seat. Very good that that's an adjustable seat. But foot braces, the foot braces are these slide locks. You put a turn in them, you slide them down, you turn them, and it locks them into place. You can kind of see the little mechanism there. You can turn it forward, and I just run them up like that, and that locks them into place. Very good system. They haven't slipped on me. Thigh braces are adjustable. Check this out. You would loosen this bolt here. You don't take it out, you just loosen it. There's a bolt right there that you're going to loosen, and then it slides either forward and back. So maybe about an inch of adjustment forward and back. The hip pads, they are what they are. They're the Piranha hip pads. I'd like to see them in there a little better. I'll put a piece of foam behind it. That's why this is loose. You'll tighten it by squeezing that, by moving that buckle and tighten around the back. An accessory loop here. Seat pad there. You can put a seat pad in there and lift yourself up. Seat pad's comfortable. This seat was very comfortable. I've been paddling it around for about 4 to 5 hours, and I have no issues at all. You don't really need a lot of shims, because check out how they did the back band. They've got it tied off right here. It's like it's double tied with a knot in the back right there. It's tied off, and it tightens just like that. See how you can tighten that back band up? So what I've done, I get in it, sit down, get where I want to. And with a sea kayak or touring type kayak like this, I don't worry about it slipping as much as I do with the whitewater boats. You know, the whitewater boats, I want to ratchet it down. I want to make sure you get a knot in there. I haven't noticed any slippage at all in that, the design of this. But you don't need to be as tight. I can tell you, they did a good job on, you got to think for what you get with this boat. Let me roll it over and let's check the hull out and check out the design of the hull. Rolling it up on its side. Look at this hard rail. I really like this. They've got kind of like a type of wave deflector up here in the front. They've got somewhat of like a right along the keel that helps when you're going through chop or some sort of waves. It'll help blow that water off where it doesn't come up in your face. It starts right under the parting line right there, runs down, drops down, and then it turns into the actual chine. And it's like a very flat, this is very flat in the center, and that chine runs all the way down and then fades out right there. And here's something you have to be careful for. So I just loosened the skeg up like a doofus. I drug it on the sand. You can see. And that would wash out. Once I started paddling, all of that would wash out. So let's see, is that full skeg? And what it is, this is on a spring. So as soon as I lower this, if I want to go just half skeg, I can go down about right there. So that way you can, and I love this skeg because it gives you a very small micro adjustments in there. So you can see there's a little bit of adjustment. So that's full skeg right there. And like I was saying, there is something called a scudder where you would attach it, where this would actually spin. Very interesting that that would be an option on a boat like this at this price point, that you could have something that could rotate and be like a rudder. I've never seen it in action, but it's a cool option to have. This feels flexible, doesn't feel like it's gonna break off, at least not for me anyway. Let's push that back up. Rolling it over there, you can see the keel line there. See those little bit of wave deflectors up in there and how they fade in. I think that's a P&H, yeah, P&H logo on the hull. All of it's textured. It's textured everywhere except where the logo is. Hard rail coming down. But yeah, there you go. That's the hull. I think church is in session. I don't know what's going on over there. So this so going over the specs, this is the P&H Virgo MV. There is an HV and I think an LV, and I think that means low volume, mid volume, high volume. Where it feels a little small on me, I could easily go with the higher volume one, but wow, do I like how smooth this thing paddles. It's 14.5 in length, and it's not super high rockered, not a rockered as much as say like the Stratus, but it is rockered. This is the perfect combination of a touring kayak meets day touring kayak. So yeah, there's the full walkthrough of the P&H Virgo. Just released one called the Leo that looks pretty good too, that looks to be kind of like the next evolution of this one. But wow, is this a good touring boat. I really like paddling this thing. I'm gonna do some on water stuff here in a minute. If you guys got any questions or comments or any experience with a P&H Virgo, leave in the comments below, because I like hearing from you guys and hearing what you have to say. I will have an on water review and kind of like my thoughts and final thoughts of the boat. Let's get out there. I'm gonna go out to that lighthouse. There's a lighthouse right out there, if you guys can see it. I'm gonna go out there, and you know what, I might climb to the top of it. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Woohoo! Let's get on the water.